The people that genetically modify us by fusing chromosome number 2 and pulling children.
Hey guys, it's your guy Sean from Support the Podcast. So let's get into it. Billy Carson is a guy that studied the Sumerian text for a long time. He studied in a different text. Although I like this guy's information and he may seem legit, you always have to check the boxes. That's what I always say. Let's get into it. So first off, the Bible says, and the preachers that preach the Bible's information, they say the earth has been here for 7,000 years. So, and then if we break that down, uh, from Adam to now is 7,000 years. But my question is, when you look at the Bible, God says in the Bible, 1 year for me is 1,000 years for you. 1,000 years for you is 1 year for me. So now I think about it. Does he mean that the earth is made in 7,000 years? And then we still have 7,000 years now, so it is 14,000 years. I don't know if I have to have the spirit to interpret it correctly. Maybe. I'm not gonna go into that. What I'm gonna try to explain has something more to do about the Anunnaki. What he said. So the Sumerian text has been here for thousands, maybe 10,000 of years. Putting that into context, you can see that that information has more years on the Bible. So if you look at the Bible from a spiritual standpoint, for a not spiritual, religious standpoint, you what you have, that is what you're gonna nourish, right? So if you look at the Bible, at every religion from a atheist standpoint, none of them make sense. So at the end, what do you have to do? At the end, what do you do? Where do you go? Which one do you pick? Do you pick the one that has more morals? Do you pick the one that is more suited to your needs? Do you pick one that is better for you and your kids and your lineage? What do you do about it? That's the question I'm gonna try to explain for you and for me also. If you pick spirituality, spirituality is more based upon I'm in connection with the earth, I'm connection and the connection with the animals, with the universe and everything in it and on it, right? So having said that, when you go to the Christianity, they say that it almost looked like I don't care about the earth, I don't care about nothing, no animals, no living beings, as long as I go to heaven. Because anyways, Jesus is coming soon. He's gonna be on the clouds. He's gonna pick me up. He's gonna make a new heaven and new earth. So we don't have to care about this earth anyway. That is something scary, because if he comes over 1,000 years, then the earth is almost fat. You know what I mean. So I dived into spirituality just to take a look, and it depends on what you're going for. It depends on what you believe in. It depends on what you feel connected to at the end. So having said that, what do you guys think about all this? Do you think this guy is talking gibberish? Do you think this guy is onto something? Do you think Christianity or whatever other religion is the way? Because at the end, everybody thinks his religion is the way, and the other person that is not in his religion will go to their hell. So imagine going to heaven. Nah, not heaven. Imagine dying and standing there, and Allah is there and says, "Why did you follow Christianity? Now you're going to hell." And you're like, "What? I did everything in the Bible. I put my heart into it." The next thing, imagine being in spirituality with all the crystals and all the voodoo and hoodoo. That is not bad, because my ancestral spirituality is still here in my country as something that I look into. As I just said, it's not bad. Christianity is not even bad. I don't think anyway about it according to a few texts. So some things I don't love, and some things I can't explain, and some things don't make sense. But what are you gonna do, right? Back to the point. If you go, if you die and you go to heaven, and God says, why were you in spirituality, or why were you in a Muslim? Because Christianity was the way. I told you. And you're like, what? Why were you putting libation for your ancestors? I told you it was wrong, and you're here now, and God is send you to hell. So at the end, it is what your spirit connects to, right? So maybe this guy has a point. At the end, everything connects. But how does it connect? And how do we connect everything so that it makes sense to us? But sometimes things in the spiritual world and in the normal reality that we live in, it differs way from each other. So you have to look at the connections you have in your spirit, in your soul. That's the only thing I can say. What you guys think about it, let me hear in the comments. Follow Smarter Podcast on every platform that we use, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and also on Patreon. Subscribe. Help me out to bring the information you like to you. And the longer versions will be always on Patreon. So see you there. Let's go.